Hold on.
Welcome to DUNDALKTV'S 2017 Traumatic Brain Injury Awareness Picnic. We are at Chesterwood Park today, and we are enjoying a beautiful day. We have some good food here, and some of my good friends have showed up for this event, and we're just getting started. We expect some other people to be coming, and we're going to be doing the Speak Your Mind show, and also we're going to be incorporating that with the awesome video productions. Now I'd like to take a moment to tell you a little bit about traumatic brain injury, and that's why we're having this. This is part of a global effort to bring awareness. A lady named Annie Ricketts had started this picnics, doing global picnics a few years back, and Dundalk TV is now having our 4th TBI awareness picnic. And as I've been going along, learning more about traumatic brain injuries, and unfortunately I took a crash course into the world of traumatic brain injuries back in 2007, and I learned that a very difficult way. And I've been very blessed to make the recovery that I have, so I'm very thankful, and I'm trying to prevent other people from suffering these injuries. But I'm also learning about invisible illnesses, and we have a gentleman here today that actually has an invisible illness, and I would like for him to come up, my friend Dustin, and we're going to have other people here today as well. So, and somebody please man this camera so we can make sure that Dustin's in the shot. So Dustin, thank you very much for coming.
Thanks for having me.
And please speak towards the cameras. We're not mic'd up, so come a little bit closer to me if you will.
Yes, sir.
So, Dustin, tell the people about how your week was this week, and please tell them also what you're dealing with.
All right, so I have this pretty nasty illness. It's called chronic pancreatitis. So basically what that is my pancreas has this enzyme in it called lipase. And I get 10 to sometimes even 100 times the amount of that enzyme that I'm supposed to have. And it swells up really big. It's very painful. I vomit almost every day, which kind of explains the teeth. It's not meth, it's being sick. It ruins everything. It just deteriorates your teeth, it deteriorates your stomach, deteriorates the lining of everything. It's painful, it's hell.
Now, as you're going through what you've been going through, you've been sympathetic towards what I've been going through, but you've also learned about other people that are going through invisible illnesses as well. So you're reaching out to other people and trying to help other people as well. So
any way that I can.
So that's brought us into contact, and we're definitely focused on the suicide epidemic that's going on out there too. We both care about that, and we've been talking about that. But you can never even believe, you know, I mean, Dustin is sharing just a small part of what he's going through. Actually, he told me, and actually it breaks my heart what you've gone through. He told me that he lost 12 pounds last week because he couldn't keep anything down. So, you know, just you could just never imagine what people are going through that have invisible illnesses, and that includes traumatic brain injuries, because people all, if you look at Dustin, he's walking down the street, or you meet him and he talks to you, you couldn't tell anything. With me, you couldn't tell anything, and even doctors. Now,
right.
Tell the people about the doctors that you've been dealing with and what's been happening with that.
So the doctors like to say everything from he's drug seeking to, nah, it's all in his head. And I actually had one doctor that was like, okay, you actually have the pancreatitis. Now, why is that? Why do we have that? And that's kind of where I'm at now, is we're trying to figure out why. And they keep trying to come up with, well, are you a drinker? No, I haven't had an alcoholic drink in about a year. And I was never a heavy drinker before that. I was never really big into drugs. I mean, we all went through high school, but you know, I never got into drugs like that, and that's the only other main cause for pancreatitis. So kind of where we're at, and these doctors, they just don't know what they're talking about. They just all are about that money.
Yes, well, it's very difficult. You're counting on a doctor. You go to a doctor, and you're expecting a doctor to give you some kind of diagnosis and help you. But a lot of times, I don't know. You know, I'm not going to speak for you, but I know for myself and a lot of other people, when you go to a doctor, when you're dealing with one of these invisible illnesses, they don't know what they're up against the majority of the time. I mean, there are some people that get it, but don't get me wrong, but they're guessing. And unfortunately, you know, I ask the doctors, do you understand traumatic brain injury? And they all told me yes, but their reports told me they didn't have a clue what they were talking about. So, why does a doctor want to say that? Because he's getting a paycheck? Because he's getting some kind of money coming in? I mean, I'd much prefer a doctor to tell me, I'm sorry, I really don't understand this, but, tell me what you're going through. Let's try to work through this. You need somebody in your corner when you're going through something like this, and just to be throwing medication at you that people tell you that you're going to be okay in a week or two, and I was told that, and it's 10 years later and I'm still dealing with effects of traumatic brain injury. I mean, it's just untrue. And unfortunately, when you're dealing with insurance companies, they do not want to pay for this treatment either, so you wind up having a whole totally different nightmare, other than the fact that you're dealing with the type of situation that you're in with whatever kind of affliction that you're dealing with. So, and insurance companies, I actually saw a show with Oprah years ago. Well, I wasn't watching it. I was painting in a back room, the place where I worked at, and I heard it. But they had a guest on that said that she was hired to evaluate the people that had these afflictions, and one person had cancer, and she said, oh no, they don't need to test it. Well, the woman died, and she finally admitted that she was getting paid to give the diagnosis that the insurance company wanted them to give. So it's Dundalk TV does our best to kick those people in the pants the best that we can, and they need that. And thank goodness we're moving forward a little bit, and we're starting awesome video productions, and we're doing a lot of different stuff. We're gaining some friends, and Dustin is one of them.
Thank you, sir.
And now I'm going to bring on my friend Derek Stroman, that is actually doing work on the Speak Your Mind show, and also awesome video productions, and he also has Stroman Entertainment. So Derek, would you please join me? So Derek is doing the picnic with us this year, and thank you very much, Derek, for all the stuff you're doing. Derek has not suffered any kind of affliction or brain injury or anything like that, but I'm just super happy that Derek has such a big heart, and he actually cares. And Derek is out there doing different information and news type shows. And when I reached out to the majority of the news people, they could care less. But Derek actually cared. So Derek, would you like to share with the Dundalk TV and Stroman Entertainment viewers and our new awesome video production viewers what you've learned and how you feel about what you've learned since you've met me, and actually Dustin, I met Dustin through you. So would you please share how that's affecting you and opening your eyes to what's going on?
Sure. Well, first of all, I just want to thank all of the viewers and everybody who has taken the time out to subscribe to the Dundalk TV YouTube channel. It's almost up to 500 subscribers right now, which is major. We want to reach that goal of 500 plus. However, what we're doing is something that needs to be done. This is, anybody could get out there and do what we're doing. It's just that we've chosen and taken the time out to do it. So, since we're doing it, we try to make it a big to-do for us to get information correct. Excuse me. That way all of you guys know what we're finding out day to day. And somebody like Scott, who's actually suffered from it, TBI that is, he's a beneficiary, so to speak, somebody who's succumbed to this injury. So he's learned a lot about it. He's been at the doctors. He's been back and forth with some of these specialists who claim they know what's going on with them.
I've gotten the shaft.
Yeah, numerous times. Okay, so so we're not just coming off the streets here trying to feed you guys a bunch of information about stuff that we don't know. Scott mentioned I came into the picture a little later. However, he noticed that my diligence was based on towards getting information out there, facts, bringing awareness to things that touch me as well, because to me that's something that I can back that, what he's doing. I can support what he's doing. So I brought Stroman Entertainment and Stroman Entertainment Television into the loop, and out of that we came up with Awesome Video Productions, which is a collective of Dundalk TV, my company, Strowman Entertainment, Baltimore Digital, and also, you know, I like to mention, Scott knows I like to mention the GBIA Association, which is the Global Brain Injury Association, which was created by Scott. So together, collectively, we formed AVP, again, which is Awesome Video Productions, and it's about numerous things, bringing awareness to illnesses that are in the forefront and also hidden illnesses, okay? So you can rely on us, you can go to our YouTube channels, you can find us on Facebook, and you can get some information about these things that everybody should be concerned about. It's not just us. So,
well, the one thing that I would like to add to that is the people that I've just come in contact with, for the most part, Derek and another gentleman. I was involved with another fella, but they all have more experience than me, and I'm very thankful that they want to work with me and they see some kind of value in the work that I'm doing. So they have professional standard stuff that they're doing, and really things are going to take off from here. 2017 has been a big year for me, starting with the Global Brain Injury Association. I'm delighted. Actually, this year I did an interview with the governor and lieutenant governor, and have some really good interviews set up with some other people, and going to really be bringing some awareness, and not afraid to push the envelope to get the information out that needs to be put out, and talk about the things that other people are afraid to talk about. I just want to bring it out because the insurance companies aren't doing what they're supposed to, and our elected officials aren't doing what they're supposed to. This is costing so much money. It can actually cost $1 million or more to treat one person with a brain injury. So, and just, I shared with you before, Derek, there's a fly there. Mm-hmm. I shared with Derek before and other people that you know, a brain injury occurs every 9 seconds in America, and more than one occurs globally every second, and it can cost $1 million or more to treat. Why aren't people talking about this? And I just let people know that, you know, I mean, if this was cancer, people would be dancing in the street, If I told them if you wore a helmet, you wouldn't get cancer, or if you put a seatbelt on properly and also protected yourself, making sure that you didn't climb on something that you would fall off of. Just a little bit of safety and thinking about what you're doing beforehand. And also with your children, it's really important with your children. Soccer is a big danger. I spoke to a woman years ago that said her son was a goalie, and that she told me that he had suffered 2 concussions, but now he was wearing a helmet. And I'm thinking to myself, well, why wasn't he wearing a helmet in the first place? I mean, you know, I want the kids to be wearing a helmet. And girls lacrosse, they don't wear helmets, and they have a hard ball that hits them in the head and causes brain injuries. And I have heard of an instance this has happened. There was a boy that was playing soccer with his friends. It wasn't actually in a game setting, but he fell down and he got kicked in the head accidentally, and now he has been just homebound and not being able to go out, and his life is a total mess, and it's been 30 years. So, you know, people need to wake up to what's going on out there, and that's what we're trying to do. Derek is helping out with that, and also my other friends, and I greatly appreciate them more than I could ever say.
Ask yourselves this quick question, one question. How many television commercials do you see that are encouraging people to wear helmets on a regular basis if you're riding a bicycle, motorcycle, skateboard, or anything? You don't see many. That's the answer to the question, but ask yourself that question, and the next time you're watching television, you tell me how many commercials that you see running through commercial breaks that give awareness to these things.
Well, there was an amazing thing that happened within the last 2 weeks. I went to an event, and then afterwards they took the kids to go roller skating, which is great. But when I was in the roll arena, there was kids that were actually, it's new to me. I had never seen it before, but they have like walkers, you know, so for elderly they have walkers, but for the little toddlers they have something like that. It was made with PVC and wheels. But this thing actually was, their feet were hitting it and they were tripping over it, and then they were falling all over it. So with a brain injury occurring every 9 seconds in America, a kid was falling about every 9 seconds, and I'm like, oh my God. I couldn't even watch them. I just said a prayer and I was hoping they were going to be okay, because as soon as I would say, you know, you people should all be wearing helmets, they'd be pointing me out, and they probably wouldn't want to call 911 and have me locked up. But I can tell you, if I put your kids or you in the same danger that you put yourself on a daily basis, you would want to either hang me, shoot me, or have me put in jail, because these injuries are so bad. I am so lucky, I know, every day, and I thank God every day that I'm not one of the people that's sitting in the corner of a room with drool running out of my mouth or in a coma. So, you know, if you think that I'm, you know, just here doing what I'm doing every day, I do it from the time that I wake up to the time I pass out. I'm not even talking about sleeping, I'm just talking about passing out. I'm spending a lot of money here today to bring awareness with my friends, and thank God they're coming out to support this. So it's very difficult on the amount of money I have, because, you know, I mean, people ask me, how are you making it? And I say, I don't know, God is looking out for me. So it is very difficult. I want to bring awareness, and this is a global epidemic that no one is talking about, and I'm trying to bring awareness. And there are people across the globe that are, there's some good people there, and I'm trying to bring them all together so we can have one united voice to get out there and really bring awareness to this epidemic that is as easy as putting a helmet on. It's easy as putting your seatbelt on and making sure you don't fall when you're climbing up a ladder. You're not on a rickety ladder or a rickety chair or something to that effect.
Yeah, so it's an honor again to be here celebrating this beautiful day here at Chesterwood Park in Dundalk. It's, you know, I like to call it Scott's annual TBI awareness picnic.
We've only missed one year.
We've missed a year. We've missed a year out of the last five.
One.
It's still an annual event to me, and we want to continue to celebrate it as an annual event. However, next year we'd like everybody, you know, even that includes you guys, the public, to come out and enjoy this event with us for the 2018 season. So here we are. We're going to do this. We're not going anywhere. We're going to continue to bring awareness. We're forming an organization that is a combination of separate organizations to make sure that this gets out there, okay? So please continue to support us, watch what we're doing, and please, we welcome anybody that would like to help and become somewhat of a teammate or member in what we're doing. So there's many ways to reach out to us. You can find Scott here and myself on DTV, the YouTube channel, or you can find us on Facebook under our respective names, Derek Stroman.
I would like to thank all my friends that have been helping me the last few years, because without your help, I wouldn't have been able to make it. I became suicidal after a time period. I mean, it was just so difficult dealing with the professional sector of our society. I lost my family, and just it was a very difficult situation. I made it through that, and people that are having those thoughts, please reach out to get some kind of help. You know, I mean, I still struggle. It's not an easy life, but things can get better, and when you have people that care about you, and it doesn't take much. Just a phone call can make a big difference. So if you're friends with someone that has invisible illness or traumatic brain injury, pick up the phone and call them occasionally. You know, ask them out to a cookout. That can make a big difference. I had people from the Dundalk Historical Society that actually reached out to me, and I was in my home for about 4 years, and they started getting me out of my home and back into society, and it took a long time, but you know, thank God it did. And most people can't tell that I suffered a brain injury now, but it's because I share that information. And there's a lot of people that do have brain injuries that don't talk about it, but because I share my information, I know all kinds of people that have brain injuries, and a lot of them are actually in the community doing community advocacy work, and they're actually helping out other people. So just you know, when somebody has a brain injury doesn't mean that they don't have capabilities, and also when people have disabilities, that doesn't mean that they're not able to work and contribute to society. So keep that in mind as well. So thanks again, Derek. It's always a pleasure. You're one heck of a guy.
Likewise, sir.
Always a pleasure, and I really see great things happening in the future. The people that Derek is involved with and that I'm involved with now just have such capabilities. I really see so many great things happening from here.
So again, protect yourselves out there, err on the side of caution, continue to view everything that we're doing here at Dundalk Television, Stroman Entertainment Television, TV Free Baltimore, Baltimore Digital, Awesome Video Productions. keep a lookout for us, okay? And thank you.
And if you're invited to the picnic, we're looking forward to seeing you. We have the pit ham. I'm getting ready to go over there. I'm going to change out of this into my picnic clothes. And we have some great food here. And we're looking to have a great time. So, and thank you to our camera operators. And it's a beautiful day. And help stop the global traumatic brain injury epidemic. Please join the Global Brain Injury Association. And I'll be sharing when I get home, I'll be sharing my petition to Dr. Phil. If you see that, please sign it. That will help. This is Dundalk TV signing off from Chesterwood Park at the 2017 Traumatic Brain Injury, Invisible Illness, and Special Needs event. I think we did great.